It's as if I can't recognise her, but she is back in the business. She's back in the office. She's back in the studio. Mia, have you been on the beach? Because you're so brown.
I live on the beach. Well, I said that once,
so
and
brown.
people teased me about it ever since that I say I live on the beach. I live in an apartment block next to the beach, so yeah, I do go down.
Do you do a lot of tanning?
No, I just go for a swim and come back out, but I don't. I go every day. This is my morning routine or whatever. Whenever I have a moment, I do go.
It's right on the beach in McLeod, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
You know,
Torrenova, sorry.
But if you're living so close to the beach, of course you should be going to the sea every day. I mean, why else would you do it?
Yes.
That is why we live here, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
well,
kind of one of the reasons why we got here.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, like some people live in the middle of the island and have to spend an hour getting to the beach.
We're quite good at going swimming because it's frankly the only place that's cold. And it's not even cold, is it? Go in the water, it's the same temperature as the air.
At the moment, nothing is cold. We went once at 11 p.m. this last week. A couple of friends here, and like the girl couldn't sleep and whatever, and we said, okay, let's go down. The water was still warm at 11 p.m. in the dark. So.
As you say, we've got friends who live in the middle of the island. You sometimes go whole years without going in the sea.
Yeah.
Certainly not doing. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the sea.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that we haven't seen you in such a long time. That's all me.
Okay,
That's
well,
all
thanks
me.
for having me back.
Thank you for
I'm
coming
very
in.
grateful for being back, as you can see by my lovely t-shirt for the important meetings.
Mia, for anyone listening, Mia's got a t-shirt that says T for important meetings, which is she puts it on specifically for us for today.
We're honoured.
I am actually very pleased with that.
We should probably remind people what Mia does. She's got the best job on the island, I think.
Okay.
Come on,
Why don't you tell us what your job is?
Right, so I'm a gastrojournalist writing for Mallorca Bulletin in English. I have a couple of columns at the paper. One of them is talking about interesting restaurants on the island. Lately I'm mainly writing, and we can talk about it a little bit more in this episode. And I have another column about, for the summer, it's about the drinks with the view, so kind of bars that are on the beach or near the beach or with the view of the
As
sea.
I suspected, you.
And then she
Yes.
also does that in Spanish.
Yes.
And she's not Spanish. She's, I won't say Croatian.
Serbian from Croatia.
Yes, we don't want to confuse
No.
it. That's a very political situation there.
No, that's all right. So so I also write in Spanish for Ultima Hora. I have a column about brunch there. So I look always for interesting places where you can have a good breakfast, brunch. It can be either a cafeteria or a restaurant that offers brunch, or sometimes at a hotel and so on. And I come to this lovely podcast as well.
So if you're looking for somewhere good to eat and drink, then listen up. Mia is
Mia is pretty much the woman you need to talk to.
Yeah, follow me on my Instagram.
Yeah, tell everybody where it is.
Mia Naprta.
Okay, we'll stick it in the show notes because nobody will know from that how to spell Naprta.
No.
Ollie knows now.
Everything needs in the show notes, including Mia's Instagram. So have a shift.
Yeah.
Okay, so where should we begin?
Do you get tired in this weather? It's stinking hot now. It's high 30s and very humid. So I don't feel like eating at all. It's not my job to do it, but it is your job. Do you ever go, oh no, I've got to go and sit here in Lancashire?
I'm a person who does everything at the last moment. My friends know this. So usually what happens, I have a deadline on Tuesday and I scramble on Monday to try and go and eat somewhere because I forgot or I was too busy or too hot at the moment, any day before that. But there are moments that you say, oof, but then I remember that it's actually really nice.
Okay.
So it passes very quickly.
Yeah.
I genuinely enjoy going out and trying new things, and talking to the owners, talking to the managers, and kind of just having a conversation, what's going well, what's not going well, and whatever.
I find the restaurant business fascinating myself as well.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And I think it's not easy, we see the shiny side of it, but like this year a lot of people are saying as well, though, it's not as busy as it was last year. The tables are not as, or the tables are full, but people are not spending the same amount per person as they did last year, a few years ago. So that seems to be a trend that's emerging.
We're the same way actually. I mean, like the cost of living is going up and the cost of petrol and all the rest of it means it's spending money on. So you might go and not have a starter or not have pudding.
I mean, I've had friends coming since few years ago to visit me here, and we always thought, okay, we can go out at least a few times a week while they're here and whatever. And now this summer, a few friends that came from various countries, England, Germany, whatever, are a little bit more budget conscious, and we say, okay, we'll just buy some snacks and then maybe eat at home and then maybe go out for a drink. So I think everyone is a little bit more conscious. I don't know. But then you do have still places with Michelin stars that you can't find a table for the next few weeks. So
I mean, that's true of Mallorca all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, there's so many different sectors.
yes.
You know, somewhere, you know, there's ultra wealthy and people looking for value here. They're two completely separate markets, and quite often the value tourist will be looking to buy something from the shop, whereas everybody else is Michelin star restaurants and super yachts. So it's a business for everybody. Anyway,
It's the same prices as in Palmanova. Upper roll was something like 12 euros, I think. This is nowadays quite expected. A glass of wine was maybe 6 or something like that. Then I have something interesting.
what are your highlights since we last saw you?
I've actually, talking about this kind of value for money and stuff, last few months I've been writing for the bulletin mainly about menus del dia, so daily menu that's kind of set for 3 or 4 or 5 courses, not very often 5 courses, but anyway, so 3 or 4 courses with sometimes drinks included, bread included and so on, and you can find some amazing stuff, because like, I don't know, I like good food, so when I was set to this task, I was a little bit disgruntled and thinking, what can I find,
No more Michelin outings for me!
something like that. And then like, but what can you find that's under 20 euros or whatever, but you can find some amazing stuff actually if you dig. So yeah, I can tell
And
you.
you going for the main ideas in the tourist areas or in the
Everywhere. Well, the thing is that I usually write about places in Palma and Southwest. I very rarely am going somewhere else quite far. I should try and change that, but for now this is the situation. So for example, there is a place in Palma called Calma y Caos. I don't know if you know it. It's
I've heard of it actually.
Yeah, close to Avenidas.
Have I eaten? I've eaten there.
Are you eaten there? There you go.
Have I eaten there? Is it next to the
Ivan
cinema?
Press. It's next to?
Is it next to a cinema? Yes, I didn't eat there, but we did we did something with the bulletin there.
Make
They
a note
did,
to eat there.
they did a menu
Yeah.
for an event. I didn't eat the food because I was busy.
Okay.
See, I'm all ears now because mostly I'm not that bothered by Michelin star stuff.
No.
Partially because I can't afford it.
No.
And I really like home cooking. And that's what many ideas tend to be, don't they?
Yes. But some people go out of that, and I think there is a logic to it that you show off your best dishes during the day, and then hopefully people who do have a budget will come back at night and spend a lot more a la carte.
So what's this food like then?
So it was really interesting. So Calma y Caos is this small restaurant divided into 2 places. Calma is the front room where everything is calm. The music is like following this idea of calmness. It's very stylish in a classical kind of way. And that's where you have your starter and the main meal for the menu del dia. Now Ivan has come up with a concept where he doesn't have any waiters. He cooks and presents the food, and he's kind of a one-man show. I think he might have some kitchen assistants, but essentially he's the head chef and brings the food out. So for just 15 euros, which I thought must have been a mistake, a friend told me about it and I was like, are you sure? And I've met Ivan before, so I called him and said, is this correct? And he said, yes, so I'm definitely coming and trying this. So you get for 15 euros a starter, a main and a dessert, and also a small like pre-starter snack. And then some water is included, but other drinks are not. So if you want a glass of wine or anything else, that's not, or coffee at the end, that's not included. But still, like nowadays, you have some places where a sandwich is 15 euros. So a very poor sandwich.
My benchmark is roughly Big Mac, a soft drink and chips is about 11.
Food. So basically, he goes to the market and am I close enough?
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm thinking, am I close enough?
Oh, yeah.
No. Okay. So he goes to the market every day, picks what's fresh, and then at the time that I was there, he was making some starter with prawn and beetroot or something like that. It was really interesting. Like a cold soup type thing. And then the main dish was fish, and then the dessert was kind of a spongy cake with ice cream and chocolate, but all really nice, super elaborate, like really nicely presented. So you have a feeling that you've been to a Michelin-star restaurant. He doesn't have a star, I think.
Right.
He's working towards a recommendation. But you have a feeling you've been somewhere super special for just 15 euros.
Whoa,
If
you
you
gotta go.
If you have a coffee or a glass of wine, it will come maybe to 25 or
I
something.
wonder if, because that's next door to the Rivoli cinema,
Yeah.
and I'm just wondering if, yeah, it's next door to the Rivoli. I'm wondering if we could go there and then go watch the Odyssey.
Let's not launch this podcast until we've been, otherwise we won't be able to get in.
Ollie. I mean, was it busy when you went?
No, and that's another thing. It's very kind of exclusive looking. So you only have 8 tables. At the time I was there was 3 tables, and I think this was including mine. And that was quite new at the time. It was about 2 months ago that I went, so I don't know, probably by now people have heard, so I would say it's best to book. It's best. You are on your iPad right now.
I'm looking up if Odyssey's playing at the Rivoli, because otherwise that sounds like a perfect date.
Right,
Right.
you finish this
I want
podcast
to
on your
see
own,
the
Vicki and I will
movie.
film.
Right,
That's
often when
it.
we go to the pictures, I really like going to that cinema.
Yeah.
Often when we go to the Rivoli, we'll go on to Blanquerna, which is just the road at the top
Yes.
there, which is full of really good restaurants
Yes.
actually.
My favorite pizza place is up there, Santa Chiara, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Really amazing
It's like
pizza.
it's like local Santa Catalina.
Yes.
I
yes.
mean,
it's
we
really
shouldn't
good
tell
street,
anybody
isn't it?
about it.
Yeah.
Right, 'cause
It's basically kind of that Calle Anibal, but with Spanish people.
Exactly.
It does
And
seem
it's
to be
just
Palma's
so-
main street for Spaniards, doesn't it? For
It's,
locals.
it's
rather
such a
than-
cool
yeah.
hangout street.
Yeah.
I went-
And
I
really
did-
good burgers as well
Mm.
there, Raimundo, and a few other places.
I did an outing for a bunch of girls. We all went to watch Devil Wears Prada,
All right, yes.
and we met on a bar in Blanquerna. Confused the waiter a lot because I told him they all need to pay as they go, otherwise somebody's going to end up with a huge bar bill at the end, and it's going to be me.
Mm.
And it confused him. He found it really hard to kind of continuously remember to charge them as he was going. But he was very cool apart from that. Then we walked around the corner to the cinema, had a great time watching the movie, and we walked back up and had all-you-can-eat sushi. It's an all-you-can-eat sushi place for like 15 quid. And it was just such a nice, very reasonably
Yeah.
priced
Yeah.
night out, you know, a beer or a glass of wine, whatever. Then the film, then dinner. I was very pleased with
Yeah, I
myself.
think we need to get out of the usual zones where expats hang out, and then you can have some cool experiences for not so much money.
Absolutely.
And the Rivoli's, when I talk about Fuji, but the Rivoli's a great cinema. It's still mostly in its original kind of 1960s, 70s
Yeah, I've only ever been there once for an event by a magazine
Yeah, yeah.
or something.
It's a really nice cinema. It's an old-fashioned
I think
cinema,
I'm more the
and the same bloke that's taking the tickets,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
as selling you popcorn, you know.
I think it's more and more the centre of Parma is catering to visitors because they have more money to spend, and you know, of course you do that as a business. You kind of
You're
have
on
more.
holiday, so you've saved up for it, and you're a little bit more open.
So
I guess.
yeah, if you're a tourist in Parma, go and check out Calle Blanquerna. It is
Yes.
a great place for an evening.
Yes. Great recommendation.
Next.
Okay, another menu del dia that was really nice that I discovered last week. It's a new place called Vorera, opposite Marivent, opposite the, is it called Royal Palace, King's
Yeah.
Palace?
Mm.
Yeah. So just directly opposite there, very close to
Say the name of the place again.
Vorera,
V-O.
V-O.
Okay, Vorera.
We'll go list all these in the show notes as well. If you didn't catch
Yeah,
it.
I'll send you
Yeah.
all this. So Vorera, opposite Marivent, they have at the moment a 3-course menu del dia for 25 euros, which I don't think it's bad, and you hear why, and 5-course for 35. So like it's proper little feast for just 35 euros, and that includes 1 drink and bread and alioli and all the like usual menu del dia. Exactly, and you never know, he might pop in when he's here. But is he here at the moment? No, he's in America, of
He
course.
was in New York
He's,
last night, wasn't
He
he?
was managed as Mr. Trump yesterday.
Right.
We all, as were we all.
Yes. So that's a really nice place, really nice food, great service by the manager called Alvaro. For some reason he's also running around and serving as well and stuff. I think they're still figuring out stuff.
Is it new?
Yes, so a month old or so.
What kind of food is it?
Mediterranean. So the very interesting thing about that, which I think it's not new now, many chefs have their own gardens, their own vegetables and fruits and whatever, but they've also got their own boats, so they go fishing.
Oh, wow.
And that whatever they find, you have on the menu that day and that week and so on. So that I haven't heard very often.
I think a lot of people trade on that, but don't do it so much. I remember many years ago, we did an interview with one of the Port Andratx fishermen.
Mm-hmm.
Said there's only one restaurant in the whole of Port Andratx that buys fish off the boat. This is a long time ago, it might have changed now.
Right.
Only one restaurant that buys fish off the boat. Everybody else sort of pretends they do, but it's all coming from up
Well, these guys have
line.
their boats, so
Yeah.
I think this is pretty interesting. And the food was really, really great. And some interesting combinations. For example, my favorite was there was lechona, homage to Mallorquin food, roast pork, with a puree of maize. So instead of like potato, and it's not really polenta, it's literally puree made. And then with baked not apricots, the other ones, peaches.
Nice.
And it's like, how did you put that together? But it worked brilliantly.
Oh, yeah.
And then a lemon dessert was really amazing as well, and a few interesting starters. Creamy risotto we tried with red prawns from the area that they fished on their own boat. So like, you have to look hard, but you can find great food at reasonable prices. Like if you just kind of Google a bit, go on Instagram a bit, whatever. Like, I mean, some of these things people invite me obviously because they know me by now that I write about this. But some of it just pops up on my Instagram as well, and you know.
I think we should just mention as well, I think, unless you correct me, that menu del dia is almost always just lunchtime. Every evening.
As far as I know, or in this sense that we speak about it in Mallorca, menu del dia means lunchtime, and it's usually something like between 1 and 4. So some people will start 12 till 3 or whatever, but usually between 1 and 4. And usually it will include bread and olive oil, alioli, olives, which I don't eat, and alioli and something like that, and maybe a water or whatever. So just clarify when you go somewhere what's included, what's not, because otherwise you can get stung with a bigger bill than you
quite
planned.
often wine as well with gaseosa.
Yes.
This is,
Yes.
I mean, we're our studio here is on a polygonal, an industrial estate, and the menu del dia restaurants here only operate at lunchtime. They're all shut. They don't open in evenings. They just entire business is Monday to Friday lunch for the workers. And on those you will get some very rough wine with some lemonade kind of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you just make wine shandies, and that's almost always included.
Yeah.
So
just kind of make sure that you don't get charged more than you hoped you would. Another nice place, this is slightly pricier, but it's so worth it, and like it's even worth the trip. It's not in our area, it's in Selva, and the place is called Selvaj. And they have 8 courses for 75 euros. So okay, special treat, whatever, special occasion. But I didn't quite know what to expect, and I don't know if you guys have been to Selva. It's like like pretty village, but it's not really talked about in the same breath as the Deia, Valdemosa, whatever. But it should be.
Selva where the Myrtle Fair is?
I don't know.
Yes, I think so.
Because we have been there.
I haven't been. So Selva.
I think again, like we are just focused more on these villages that are closer to us. But this is absolutely worth the trip. And then from the street, you just see like a standard Mallorquin building and a door, and you don't know what to expect. And then there is a beautiful garden, and something that struck me that I haven't seen in Mallorca, and I don't think I saw anywhere else, that the tables are not square or round. The tables are all different shapes, kind of like an artist palette. Palette, I think. So yeah, like really interesting start. And then the food was amazing as well. They produced a menu that's all again, they have their own garden and so on, and they produced a menu that's all based on tomato, from starter to the dessert.
Nice.
Yes, but it's amazing. I was a little bit like, I'm not so sure about this, but it was amazing.
8 courses.
Yeah, I
it wasn't.
I always wanted to go to 8, so like some kind of like tasting courses.
You need to go there, I promise you.
And this is like, how many different ways can you cook rice?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god. It was good, was it?
It was excellent. It was really nice. Beautiful setting as well in this garden with like lots of lavender plants around and some other herbs and whatever. And it was completely full, so people clearly know about it. Maybe not in our, maybe they don't travel from our area, but people know about it. And I would definitely recommend it. And I want to talk about this tomato thing, because throughout the meal tomato appears more or less in some form, and it's always nice and interesting. But tomato dessert, can you imagine what this could be? Like,
What was it? Was it like a sorbet or?
No, different. But I was completely shocked. But any idea what can you do with the tomato to make it a dessert?
This is a slight aside. My stepmother-in-law once made Bloody Mary donuts with
That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I want
that's
to.
Trudy. She's bonkers.
I want to know this. No, so this is tarte tatin. So instead of apple,
okay.
they use tomato.
Right.
Okay.
Sounds completely strange. It was delicious. It was probably the best dessert I've had this year, I would say, and served with some sort of cheesy ice cream.
Oh,
I think it
yummy.
was brie ice cream or something.
What?
Caramel.
Free ice cream?
Something.
Oh gosh, my
Or one of-
brain's boggling.
Yeah. No, you have to go there now just for the dessert.
Yeah, that's very creative.
So that was really, really nice. But
You're
yeah,
gonna take
slightly
me on a
more
date,
expensive than the usual menu del dia.
What was the wine like? Did you get? Did they?
No,
Did it?
I
Did the tasting
know-
menu come with wine? Or
You
did
can order wine pairing at an additional cost, but I normally have it as a rule when I go and to a place to eat, to write about it. I don't drink alcohol, so I just don't order alcohol when I'm writing about food. I should start. I don't know what
I think
my
it's-
editor will have to say about it.
Well, that's true
I
enough.
mean,
You
if you do
probably
8 courses and you've got wine pairing, that
Yeah.
roughly works out as 8 glasses of wine. Doesn't it?
Yeah, well, you just get tiny little bits.
Yeah.
Remember, we went to Reed's
Right.
back in the day. Did you ever hear about Reed's Hotel?
I've heard
Swim
about
up,
it.
flush
Right? Okay,
and,
I've heard
um,
about it. I haven't been
Well,
to
it's
it.
closed because for ages. But
Okay.
back in the day,
Mm.
well, no,
Always.
not quite that long
No.
ago. But we went there for a weekend or for a night, and we had a tasting menu with wine, and they just bring you like half a glass of wine with each course. So and it's about pairing and about the combination of flavors and things. I found it really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I like it as well, and if I go somewhere like for my own pleasure rather than for work, so, you know, at the end of the day, I do have to remember it's my work. So
Yeah, true enough. You've got
I
it's
can't-
kind of boring you writing notes of it
But
every
also,
time.
look, if you've got a really good sommelier, I'm a long way from a wine expert. Actually, it's very much adding to the food, isn't it?
Yes,
So it's
yes,
part of the
yes.
experience. But actually, if you have the food without the wine, you're not getting the full effect, are you?
Yeah.
But again, you're right though. If it's your job, you don't want to be on it.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it would be fine as well, because then the point would be to talk about this pairing and how does it match and does it not. But if I'm honest, I don't really like alcohol. Like, it's not my thing. For someone who also has a bar column,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge alcohol fan. I drink for work, really. Like that's
I'm paid to drink.
I'm paid to
Yeah,
drink.
that's-
Oh my god.
It is a
That's
bloody
so-
perfect job.
Mia has
Oh my god, this sounds so wrong. I'm thinking, you know, maybe people shouldn't listen to this. No, it's good. So I'll have a cocktail or so, like, you know what cocktails are like, you know, sweet and lots of ice and whatever.
Yes,
So
it's like
not
drinking
really,
pudding.
yeah. Like I've been to some fincas in the countryside where they mix like art and art exhibitions or jewelry or whatever, supporting local artists and showing off their cuisine and stuff like that. Some nice places I've been to as well, like Michelin-starred level. I've been to Zaranda and I've been to Andreu. I don't know, like just to have some kind of.
So you need to book in advance for Selvage.
For Selvaj, no, but for Kalma cows, yes, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would say if you're traveling that far, I would book as well.
Yeah, just
I
in case.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to call, even if I'm going to Palmanova, which is like next beach from me, I like to call and say, oh, by the way, I went last week, completely unrelated to Menu del Dia, I went to Casa Chiringo in Palmanova, and they have really nice paella. So I usually go there whenever I have tourists in town who want to eat paella. So we go there, and the story is that, you know, even though in Mallorca we're supposed to say rice, not paella, paella is from Valencia, these guys actually had, they were trained by Valencian chefs, so they are making proper paella the Valencian way. and that was very nice, and I don't think too expensive. I think it's between 22 and 26 euros, depending which
What
paella.
kind did you get?
We got something
Mixed
like
paella?
a peasant paella, I think it's called, something like that.
With
It's,
chicken in it.
yes, and various types of seafood
Yeah.
and green beans and stuff was really, really
I
nice.
got to say, I've kind of fallen out of love with paella personally. I find it very overrated, not very flavourful, and a bit expensive for what it is.
Few of my friends say that they all want to try it, and then when they try it, they're just like, well, it's a glorified risotto, and it's not even same technique of cooking, but it's a rice dish. Like, why is it so popular? I don't know.
I think I find it a bit messy sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
you have it with all the shells on, but by the time you
Yeah.
start picking everything apart,
Yeah.
and then you're kind of getting little bits from the inside of crab legs, and it went cold 20 minutes ago. You know. But,
Last week I made an African rice dish at
That's
home
good, isn't
called jollof rice. Have you heard of
Mm.
jollof
Yes,
rice?
I've heard of it.
And
I
I
haven't.
absolutely aced it.
it was very good.
And it brought on some conversations about African influences in Spanish food, because the way that you cook it, Moorish, sorry. The way that you cook it is that you, with this jollof rice, you put like back to tomato kind of water in with the rice and spices and things. And then you bring it to the boil, you leave it to simmer, and then you turn it off, and it's kind of cooked completely, sort of solid, but like supposedly fluffy. Mine wasn't fluffy, but on the
Right.
bottom, you get the socorat stuff, the little burny bit. And I
Yeah.
was so thrilled with myself that I'd managed to get that.
Great.
And it was really, really good. But it was like, it really reminded me of paella from that perspective, because you don't stir paella.
No, you don't. That's
And you
No.
definitely don't stir jollof rice
Mm.
either. I
Sounds
see
interesting,
I
but-
see the connection.
You made me think now. I haven't eaten at any African restaurants in Mallorca, and I don't know if we have any.
Oh, I love African food so
But
much.
do we have
the
some?
influence we were
I don't
talking about
know.
really was
No.
Moorish, right? That's why
Yeah,
Spain,
but-
which is North Africa, but it's not. It's very different to
So the
Sub-Saharan.
jollof rice Nigeria.
Yeah.
And
'Cause,
so-
I mean, the reason that Spanish
That
cooking
was the recipes I was
I
following.
mean, the reason we have rice, chickpeas, saffron, and all this stuff is because of
Moorish influence, yeah.
It's, you know,
Yeah, but
it's,
I don't know.
Spanish cooking is different, really quite different to a lot of other European.
Have you ever tried Ethiopian food?
In London, yes. Here, I don't. Yeah.
Like when you eat the
No.
big pancake.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of with your fingers, but
Yeah.
with this
Oh,
pancake
so
in hand.
good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
salty.
I've never seen anything like that in Mallorca, actually.
No,
No.
me neither. But we've
Maybe
had
in the area of Pergarao, which is quite ethnic, maybe we could find something.
we have to
I
sniff
don't-
it out.
Mm, that's
If
my
you
that's
find
my
one,
task.
If you find one,
task,
please
yeah.
invite us to come
Okay.
along, and we'll come and eat with you.
Or if someone who is listening to the podcast knows
Yeah.
about it, they can let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zaranda, yes. I went there for an 11-course
What?
menu. There were small courses, but
That's like a
11.
week's food.
Yes, I know.
11?
11 course, and they have a bigger one of 18. I don't know who goes for that and how long you need. For this, we went for 3.5 hours with my friend Alex from DS Hospitality. We can talk about that
Where
later.
is it?
Zaranda is in the old town, kind of not far east from the cathedral, between the cathedral and the avenidas.
Okay.
In hotel is called the Principe, I think, and it's on the ground floor. And it's a really nice idea, nice concept. So actually, this is a very, very special, not just for the fact that they have one Michelin-starred and it's super posh and whatever, but you feel relaxed when you go in, because there is like a living room type setup with these Chesterfield sofas and low tables and whatever, and you have a starter there, and then you move on to the main restaurant where you can see the chefs preparing the food. And then you come back to this kind of living room for your dessert. So when possibly,
We
and
didn't get on the food tour.
No.
No.
But it's got that thing where you eat where they're cooking. doesn't
Yes,
it? It's sort of,
yeah.
You're not kind of like eating in the kitchen. I think they show cooking. And there
There
must
must
be
be.
another kitchen somewhere else where they're
they
cooking.
do a lot in front of you. There is a white wall that they disappear behind a little bit
Right,
and come
yeah.
back, but they do a lot in
Scrape
front
things
of
in
you.
bins.
And so but I see that you are looking at it on your iPad. What's very interesting with this is that when they were renovating the space, because these people, Zaranda was somewhere here in Calvia before, I
Right.
don't remember in which
I thought they
neighborhood.
were in in a Hotel Son Claret?
Possibly, yes. I think that
Ah,
sounds
that's right.
familiar.
I think that's
Yes.
where he started.
Yes,
and that's
yes.
where he got the star.
He is a Madrileño that
Originally.
lives in Mallorca for a while now. The concept started in Madrid, then he was in Calvia, and then when they were renovating this new place, they found that this was an old tanning facility, factory, or whatever you call it, and so there is a glass floor, and you can see below these like tanning pools, or how
I hope they
describe
gave you a
them.
good scrub.
Yes, so you see that, and then the whole menu is based on leather, or on various colors and textures of leather, reinterpreted through food.
Wow.
And I'm not doing this any justice, I think. You have to go and try
I need
it
to
and
read from 2005. Hang on, Fernando Arellano. I think
Arellano, I think.
He's
you
a
have to say
self-taught cook. Upon finishing high school, he moved to Dublin, where he began working as a dishwasher in a restaurant. Soon his curiosity for cooking was born, and his enthusiasm led to join the kitchens of great European restaurants. So he worked in Dublin. He was in La Gavroche, somewhere in Naples, Don Alfonso, somewhere in Valencia, Barcelona, and then he went back to Madrid in 2005, where he opened his own restaurant, and that was the first Zaranda, and it got a lot of attention. Then he got his first Michelin star in 2006, so a year after opening his own restaurant, he got a star. That's like The Bear. That's like Disney's The Bear. Have you seen that TV show?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's like that. So just a year after he opened it, and then it says here, this is off the website, Fernando ascends the gastronomic Olympus. Success then advised him to look for a larger establishment, and he moved across the road to another district. But yeah, he's got 2 Michelin stars and 2 Repsol Suns, so he's done very well for himself.
He used to have 2, he's got 1 now.
Oh, they haven't updated the website, have they?
Yeah.
He lost the star.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
I
was
don't know.
a
There
stun.
might have been a while ago, I'm not sure exactly when, but yeah, I mean, it's still, I don't know, I like Mark Forsch, I love Santi Taura, there are various great Michelin star chefs on this island. I think we have about 11 now, but this was an experience like no other, and I would say probably my favorite so far in Mallorca in these 10
So
years.
tell us, what was the thing that really stood out for you?
Just this idea of that you can make every dish, and every dish is like everything is super elaborate and detailed and whatever, and like great flavors, great food.
It does look like leather.
Yeah, but that's the point. Like the whole, and these look like tanning pools, and you know, like this this dish here is obviously fish based, but look at the detail on that, and
It's
then
bright blue.
yeah, and you see every time they bring a dish, they also bring a little kind of stand and a piece of leather on top of it that explains what kind of leather it is, or what kind of finish it is, and whatever, and how does that relate to the dish. So it's really like
Clever.
yeah, very
Wow.
clever, like technically amazing, also great flavors, also like seeing these guys cooking, and I saw that there were some kind of students, let's say, I think, that were also there at the time. So
It's
super
like stage.
Stage, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've been watching
all
The
of
Bear, you see. I know.
All these very top end restaurants, it's part food, part theatre, isn't it?
Yes, 100%, and this is definitely something like that. But the problem I have with this is when the theatre overtakes the food, and here this is not the case.
Yeah.
Like,
What-
How long
how
did
much-
it take to do 11 courses?
about 3.5 hours we stayed
And
there.
what's the price? How much do you
I
pay
think
for
this
that?
is close to 200, possibly
Yeah.
190 or so.
So you were invited. Yeah, lucky girl. You can't go out and eat Michelin star. Hang on a minute. You can't go out and eat Michelin star food on a daily bulletin budget.
No,
No,
That would not happen, would it?
You are tempting me
No.
now to quote my editor who says fum and fum.
It's a lot of money, isn't it? But it's the
It's
sort of
so
thing.
worth it. Like
Yeah.
literally, if I had bigger budget, if I wasn't a poor journalist, that's where my money would go, on great food.
I mean,
I don't care about designer clothes or whatever other fast cars. I don't even drive, as we know. You know.
Yes, we know about
If you wanted to go to a football match
Yeah.
or a big concert, you'd pay, by the time you paid for a bit of transport and some food and the extortionate price of beers. 200 quid for a night out is not actually that uncommon these days. You know, go and buy.
If he wants to go and see the World Cup, you could spend 10 grand on
Yeah,
one
yeah.
ticket.
So this is actually relatively cheap, and it's gonna stay with me for the rest of my life.
Oh.
I think really it's one of it's the best experience for me in Mallorca so far.
Well, and you're
That's
the
a big
experts,
deal.
yeah, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, like, how much is a ticket to a West End show? Something like that.
Well, you're going to ask the wrong girl because I got a bit of a bargain.
You did last week, yeah.
I went to see Jesus Christ Superstar.
Nice.
The opening night, Jesus Christ Superstar, press night, and I got a ticket for 25 quid in
Oh,
the
the
stalls.
Ticket office, no, the
No,
resale kind
no,
of
it
thing.
was not a resale. I think they were just covering. I wouldn't think they paid for it in the house to just make sure it was completely full.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I just saw this. It came up on Facebook. They were selling tickets, and I've been heavily talking about it, hinting heavily about how much I wanted to go, but also thinking, well, the tickets would be really expensive. So like, it's not the right time of year for us to go together. And then the ticket came up 25 quid, and then I quickly checked the flights, and I could get there and back for less than 50.
Flights to
It
and
was
from the
bizarre.
UK, flights to and from the UK are quite cheap at the moment, which is really weird for July, isn't it? I've got a trip.
Everyone is in the States, or they were
Yeah,
until
so-
yesterday. So I think everyone else. I got super cheap flight to Croatia this summer as well. So yeah,
What's happening?
I'm going back to the UK in 2 days.
nice.
What else have you got to tell us?
Where else have I been that's nice? Oh yes, a very nice experience at Andreu Henestra's place called La Reserva Glotana.
Oh, yeah.
Also in the countryside. Don't ask me where, I'm so bad
No,
with
isn't
this.
it? Because that,
Yeah.
that sounds like the same name as a Lebanese restaurant in Santa
You
Catalina.
said
That's La Rotana, yeah, but I don't think there is
It's
any
not a connection.
No.
Okay.
No. So actually, Andreu Henestra signs the project, but the young chef is called Irene, and we had kind of
Girl?
a girl.
A girl
yes.
chef?
There are very few on this
Yeah.
island. I know Irene is really great, and so she's been working with Andreu Henestra for a few years now as kind of her own project with him overseeing it. And it was a press day where we were invited to try some of their vermouth, and
Yum.
yeah, about some kind of flying buffet and then a sit-down meal, which was quite traditional. Like there was again rice, so let's not say paella because it's not from Valencia. Rice and then some nice fish and meat dishes and a really nice dessert, again with almonds, like honoring local almonds and so on. So really great food. I think this cost only about 75 euros or something like that. So this is not again like crazy expensive, but amazing experience in the countryside. Like
Were you eating outside?
Yes,
In
on
an
the
orchard?
yes, kind of like
Oh,
that, yeah, on a
nice.
terrace and really good. Like sometimes when the press is invited to these kind of things, we do get like a bottle of wine or some sort of gift, or I don't know, a bottle of oil from their olive grove. Is it
Yeah, grove.
olive grove or something like that. But what I loved about this place, we got these huge boxes, and when you open it, there is lots of vegetables from the garden. So we got tomatoes, peppers, courgettes, onions, a little melon that was so sweet and so good, and I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of
Yes,
you
nice.
go to your grandparents' house and pick up some vegetables. So this was really nice experience as well.
You don't know where that was?
Where?
The Reserva Rotana.
It's
Did you get driven
I'll look it
there?
up.
yes.
Oh, they'll look
No.
it up for us.
Yes, there you go. I'm so bad with this, as you know.
Your passion
I
as a
need-
princess.
Yeah, just changing drivers these days. But yeah, no.
Any other lovely places that you've been
What
to?
else?
I know.
The best place, well, not, maybe it's wrong to say the best place, but very cool place is right below my house. So I'm very lucky. Yeah, I'm very lucky to live above a beach bar that has been changing hands ever since I've been living there. So for the first year, they were the original owners who were there for about 25 years, and it was called El Ultimo Paraíso. Then for a couple of years it's changed ownership and it was called Caribou Beach. And now since this year there is an Italian team, the place is called Talaia Beach, and I invite you guys and everyone. You really, actually, you have to come. Nice Italian, honest Italian food, not too expensive.
Pasta,
But
pizza.
a little bit of that, but also like vitello tonato.
Oh, yummy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing tiramisu that they literally make there in the kitchen. You can tell it's fresh, it's nice. Yes.
Right.
Good coffee. Now there you go. Good coffee. Some. What is? They also use like seasonal product and whatever. So at the moment they cook a lot with purple potato, which looks great on the plate, but it's also delicious. Great steak. I don't know who is their provider, but really nice. So everything I tried there was absolutely amazing.
What's it called?
Talaya Beach, and it's in Torrenova. It's kind of the opposite end of Nikki Beach. If you look on Magaluf Beach. Main dish is 15 to 20, maybe something is 25, like for fish, sea bass, stuff like that. Starters around 10. This tiramisu I think was also 10 euros, but it was amazing. It's so maybe 9 or 10 euros. Really worth the money.
Yeah, like on the puddings.
Yeah, you can just go for a coffee and tiramisu, you know. And plus you can stay in the, which I think it's rare for the beach clubs. They don't charge you for the sunbeds as long as you are eating and drinking there.
Really?
Yes. So you spend some money and you can, but you need to reserve. Usually it's busy. I'm
Wow,
so glad
that's
for them.
a good, good deal.
Yeah, so the place.
Hey, let's talk about Beach.
I have to tell you what I reserve a rotana is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, tell us.
Well, actually, I went there not long ago. But it's just north of Manacor.
There
It's
you
a
go,
golf
that's-
course area and sort of got lots of private estates on there. And it's got its own helipad. If you're
That's what it does. Just
Got
in
a
case you're
helicopter.
dipping in.
There's not many restaurants with a helipad, right? So, you know, you are limited if you're trying to travel by helicopter. But this is basically
I like that.
Yeah.
You see, that's my wish for my upgrade for people who drive me. Now they have to have a helicopter.
Good luck, babes.
Yeah.
You went to Beach a couple of weeks ago.
I did go to Beach with my childhood friend, and that was amazing.
For Connected Mallorca's summer parties.
Yes.
I used to work there when it
Nice.
was moved.
Ah yes, I've heard of this
Yeah.
place. I haven't been to it while it was moved, but many
Yeah.
people have fond memories of
Yeah,
it
we
and
used to do
speak
some
very
pretty
nicely
cool
about.
stuff there.
Yeah, lots of my friends talk about it very nicely.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I used
no.
to do a lot of events and parties there, so
Yeah.
it's quite weird when
Yeah. Food is
go
good
there.
there as well, I have to say. Like for
Yeah.
a beach club, I kind of have this preconception that in the beach club it's all snacky and not that amazing, but food at Nikki Beach is amazing. We spoke about
Yeah.
that, about their chef, Alex. And food at Beach was very nice as well. We had.
Did you go for the dinner? 'Cause
Yes,
I know like
yes.
some of you went for dinner and some
Yes,
of you sort of
yes,
the
yes.
party, didn't you?
So yeah, I
What
went.
did you have?
I
Can
went
you
with my childhood friend and her daughter, and so we had pappardelle pasta with steak. That was excellent.
Was it spicy?
No,
Oh.
tomatoey,
Yeah.
steaky, very very nice. Huge portion. The young girl had a poke bowl that she loved, so it was excellent. Everything was super fresh and looked great on the plate and whatever. And then my friend who has allergies to garlic and onion, and very limited to what she can eat, she had some sort of stracciatella salad. With tomatoes, so stracciatella, you know, like this mozzarella soft.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I'm thinking when you say stracciatella,
I'm thinking ice cream.
I'm
huh?
thinking chocolate chip.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's
thinking chocolate chip
the
salad.
soft
Hang on a minute.
mozzarella type.
Yeah.
With tomatoes and figs. Sounds strange, but it was
yummy.
amazing. It was
Oh,
really
Cheese,
good.
tomatoes, and figs.
Yeah, and I
I'd
think
go
it
for
was sprinkled with a bit of truffle or something. It was really, really good. And the prices are not cheap, but also not crazy expensive. I think our bill for food and some water and stuff came to about 120 euros. And the cocktails are pricier, but the excellent mojitos we had, also like generous on alcohol.
I
And
mean, if you're eating with a sea view near
Yeah,
Port
of
Airs,
course,
you
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 expect
can't
to
eat that view.
no,
No, it's
It
the
is
best.
very special.
This is the best, probably the restaurant along that sort of Port House bit of coast with the best view, isn't it? Really, apart
Yes.
from
I'm
Marina,
surprised I
isn't it?
haven't been to it before. Many of my
Mm.
friends have been, but like amongst so many places that I know and love and go back to and whatever, somehow I've never been to.
Because Gigi more or less grew up there.
Oh, nice.
So I'd go to work there.
Well, you were there for 10 years.
Yeah, I worked for her 10 years, and she was, I don't know how old. When I quit, she was left in 2016.
So she was 11.
Yeah, so the first, so from when she was more or less born until.
Is that when it changed from all
No,
to?
I think it changed like 2 years afterwards, but I left because I wanted to like start my own business, and I just
Right.
really just been, although I was an autonomo there, I didn't have a lot of other clients, and I really felt like I needed to do something different.
Yeah.
But it's so weird going back there. Like none of the staff obviously know that I ever worked there, and I was in there to do a recce because Ollie did some pictures for a party, and I said I used to work here, and I'm like, oh really? You know, it was a bit like, I'm not lying, you know.
Yeah, our daughter used to sit go to sleep on the floor of the office more or less, and sometimes
I had to do a party.
can I go in the pool?
Yeah, she'd swim in the pool, and
Nice.
and then down from there is another. It's called La Calita de Portals. It's got a water slide. She loves
Nice.
that. I've got videos of Roddy and Gigi going down that water slide.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well,
I've got really happy memories of that place.
Yeah, we did spend an awful lot of time there. This was
Yeah.
under when it was owned by Margaret Whittaker, who owned a number of attractions on the side.
But the thing that really stood out about Mood wasn't anything that Mood could like. It was just the view. It was such a cool place. So you walk in and just be like, wow, you know, it was just such an incredible layout. And since took over, I think they've really made a lot of improvements actually.
Yeah, it's great actually.
The layout of the beds and everything, they changed a lot of things. I think it's very nice.
I think it's now this kind of relaxed luxury type thing, because you sit in wooden chairs with robes and whatever, but it's so, you know, it's classy but it's relaxed, and I like that a lot. And obviously at the party, like it was really, really great as well. We had a show by the dancers by Ness from the on the boat, so that was very cool. That
Did you see that, Holly?
can't imagine how much coordination that needed.
There was
Looked
a
great.
speedboat in the bay, so you can look at the speedboat from the venue, and there was a dancer on the boat.
That's quite
Oh,
two dancers.
So then they also went in the pool and did fire breathing in the pool.
Yeah, and like danced around the tables during the dinner and whatever. So it was very
I was feeling it for Amanda because it's very hard to shoot that in there.
And you know, she would be in the. I actually sat where she was in a position to shoot the boat, and then they moved a bit, I guess, because of the window, whatever. So she had to change quickly her position.
Yeah.
But the end result is amazing. Those videos by connecting Mallorca.
Yeah, well done there. Done so well. Really
Yeah.
happy that they're doing so well.
Yeah, no, really great.
Got
I think
shame.
people are coming from abroad specifically for these parties. Every time there is a party, one of my friends, either from Germany or wherever, from England, comes with this in mind, like we're going to this party.
It's really like, he's
Well,
hit his stride.
Yeah,
Big time.
well done, Shane.
Yeah, absolutely. Who wouldn't want Shane to, succeed?
Yeah.
It's great.
So yeah, that's it. What else I have? I don't know. Just generally like these chiringuitos and whatever, because obviously we're talking now in the height of summer, and I think there's some really cute and cool little chiringuitos. Like in Costa de la Calma, they are now owned by the Il Chiringo group from Palmanova.
Oh really? So that's changed hands? That
Yes.
used to be independent.
There used to
And
be
it used
some.
to be some
Yeah, and the service wasn't great before.
grumpy,
so,
I'm
yeah.
going with grumpy. Not good or bad, just
No,
grumpy.
grumpy, yeah,
Like
yeah.
they didn't want me to be there.
Yeah, the Chiringuito, just sort of by definition, is a kind of beach restaurant. I mean,
Yeah.
it's literally, and they're almost, they're kind of illegal. Not saying these are illegal, but they're very much
Controversial, is it?
Well,
Is that?
yeah, I mean,
Always
those-
a question mark about whether it's going to open. You know?
Yeah.
Is it going to be open for the season,
I mean,
or is it
that-
going to make it through licensing?
I'm not an expert on this, but there's a bit of the government that owns, or at least manages the bit right by the coast, which is notoriously called Costa. It's very difficult. So these things always seem to be either getting closed or threatened with closure, or they haven't got the right license or something.
We know that for the north of the island a few years ago, right, there were huge protests and stuff about it, like trying to not get places closed, and I don't know how that ended.
I mean, because it's sort of essentially what it feels like the Mediterranean should be. You know, kind of sitting on a little summer.
With your feet in the sun.
Yeah, just tend to be only summer-only restaurants, don't they?
Yeah.
And they're kind of, here's the essence of Mediterranean kind of dining. And Ether and Mallorca, places like this, it's exactly what it feels like. But they always seem to be under threat.
Yeah.
And they inevitably start getting quite expensive in Mallorca because you're a bit of a premium product these days.
I think they're now cheaper with Il Chiringo than they were last year. That was my experience. I went to the opening party and.
So what's it like? I mean,
really
have
nice.
they
I mean,
it up a bit.
Yes, it's neater, it's tidier. The service is much friendlier. Things are nice. At the opening party, they had like hamonero, cutting the ham. They had some rice and some like a little flying buffet. That everything was really delicious. So I mean that place has got one of the most amazing views of the sunset on the island. So they don't need very much, but it's definitely like spruced up and they're nice and friendly. And,
have you been to the one in California in Port Tundra yet?
No, I don't know that.
It's now open.
It's open now,
Again,
okay.
same thing. Like,
Is it opening this year or not? Right.
It's the
It's
question
a
everyone says at the
situation
start.
like you sit with your feet in the sand, like literally. It's like I love going.
It's a
to
tiny,
places.
known as the baby beach.
If only I had friends in Andrade who could invite me there.
Well, you could come, but we can't invite you. We'd have to go and like see if we could like.
No, not to invite, but to.
Really?
I was in like I didn't know about the place.
Yeah,
so-
we can, well, you can always come and sleep over at our house in our spare
Well,
bedroom.
a couple of years ago, it was, I don't know, I haven't seen it this year, but it used to be in a shipping container, and they'd sort of hire a crane, drop it on the beach, and then they would, do the summer. And then one year it got, they didn't move it, it got taken away by a hurricane the next year. So it's just literally, you plonk it on the beach, it's in a container, and you sit on the beach, and then they take it away and they bring it back in next year. But it's always, all of these places always, is it back this year? I'll get the license for it.
Have you been to Mari Mar in Pagera?
Yes, years
I really
ago.
like
It used to
it
be
there.
my favorite. I don't know, for some reason it's kind of dropped off my radar, but I love it for drinks. And I went once, where I had some family visiting and they had some business to do in Pagera. And then we went there for lunch and the food was very good as well.
We've been there maybe 3 times this
We
year.
tend to go in winter.
Yeah, but it was really,
Mm.
really good.
Mm.
And Ollie always gets the mussels. Because
Nice.
they do moule marinière,
I
like the French way.
like French
Rather than the
mussels.
Spanish way, which is with tomato.
Oh, I know,
And
it's
he loves it. And it's
Mm.
really good and not
Yeah.
and not that bad.
They were super
price-wise.
friendly as well. Like I
Very
remember
organised.
that. Yeah, a nice.
German bunch.
Again, with your feet in the sun, literally. So yeah, cool place.
Yeah.
I think we have so much in Mallorca. We're really blessed with that, and I think, we can talk about Michelin-starred and whatever, and it's once in a lifetime or once every few years a treat or whatever. But we also have some very nice places at normal prices, or even if you just go for a caña, it's never more than €3 or €4, I don't think. So, have a couple of cañas.
and then it's winter, and it all changes completely.
Yes.
It's like, as I was saying earlier, my appetite is destroyed. I want to eat different things. And in the winter, people suddenly turn away from salads and fish and start looking at hearty soups and stews and mountain restaurants and stuff. And it's lovely.
For the winter, I'd love to find more places that have fireplaces. Like that's what I loved about England. I lived in Wimbledon, and there's some pubs with fireplaces.
You want cosy.
Yes.
Looking for cosy.
Cozy
okay.
for winter. So
Well,
yes.
keep an eye open.
Yes.
But,
I
I
know
don't
there
find
is-
Mallorca very cosy. Like they often have like nobody puts a carpet down, do they?
Yeah, there is a cool restaurant in Portugal, which with very nice terrace looking onto the sea, perfect for the summer. That has a fireplace called the Zizinunak. You know this place?
Yeah.
Yes. So they have fireplace, but I haven't come across many other places with fireplace.
You can't be talking about fireplaces.
I know.
It's
I
only
know.
like
It's actually look. It's nice and cool in this room, so somehow it
Should we
came
just
up.
stay
but-
here?
Yes, exactly.
Let's talk about fireplaces when you come back in October.
I know.
Well, maybe
But
we
yeah.
can have you back in August, do you think? I mean, like,
Sure.
what else are you going to be writing about in the next weeks to come?
I'm not allowed to say.
You
No.
got like
No.
bars with a view.
Bars with the View is one of the columns. Just continue with this menus del dia and trying to find some interesting places, not very typical. Maybe
We should
some.
try and find the African.
Yes,
We
I was
should.
going to say like
African
ethnic cuisine. I don't know if I spoke about this podcast about this before, but I went to a really great Colombian place called Mango Beach.
Maybe you
I
did,
think
yeah.
I think I did speak about this.
I've
That
got
was
a tip for you in Pagera, but it's
Tell
not
me.
Colombian, it's Thai.
Ooh, in Pagera, I love one Indian place. I don't know what's it called, but let me hear about
I'll
the
look
Thai
up
place.
the name and give you the address. But this is an
Super.
amazing place in off the beach. It's like It's not very flash.
It
But the
doesn't have,
food
yeah.
is delish.
I
and
really don't mind.
It's run by this
Yeah.
Spanish guy and his wife who's from Thailand.
Okay.
And he is a bit of a legend. He was a barman at Tim's for like a million
But
billion
I think,
years.
yeah, he was a waiter at Tim's for 40 years.
Oh wow.
So everybody recognises him, but he's completely like face blind. You can't remember a single
And
person.
that's him and his
And
twice.
then she's just knocking out the best curry ever.
duck curry.
No.
Ollie
Oh,
loves the duck
nice.
curry. And
Nice.
it's like
I'm
huge,
writing duck
it's
curry,
a
I need
huge
to try that.
portion of duck in like a red curry, red coconut Thai sauce,
Super.
and then loads of rice, and it is massive, and it's like 17 euros.
Which is very
And
nice. It's within my
generous
menu
portion.
del dia budget as well.
But
Are
it-
they open for lunch though?
I guess so, but I wouldn't, it's not a menu del dia.
No,
It's
doesn't
just
matter. I'm
like-
just saying it's within that budget.
But the only downside is they constantly got 80s music on telly.
I
They
don't
have like
care.
they have like 80s MTV on all the time.
As in like Roxette and like
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I have a song in
And
my
the
head now,
pop.
but I'm not going to start singing on
And
this
you know,
podcast.
like just
You don't want
cheesy
that.
80s like pop.
Okay.
But I really like that. I'll look for the name. Are you looking it up?
No.
Oh, he's paying attention. He's not paying attention anymore.
No, he's given up on this podcast for now.
But I'll tell you the name and also put the name of the place in the show notes because I know if I'm talking about it, maybe somebody wants to go. But I would really recommend it. And it's
Super.
just like this little
Yeah.
cantina kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And that's off the road. That's off of the main road in Figueira.
Cool. I mean, there are some of these interesting places that we don't have to have only the Mediterranean food and, you know, Italian and Spanish and whatever
I
else.
think that was the thing that I really missed when
Yeah.
I moved here
Yeah.
first off was like
But you found a great place with that Boca.
Boca, yeah.
That's just.
yeah, we love them. They're
Super
working
interesting.
very hard as
So,
well at the moment because obviously in summer,
What did we say? That's Indian Mediterranean.
yeah,
mix.
like a soul food,
Yeah.
Indian food. It's very, and in the summer obviously Palma empties,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
it becomes quite a lot harder for them to like.
It's on my list to go back to, and I like with everything I do, I don't often have time to go back to places, but that place I loved. So
Right.
yeah, I think we've spoken about quite a lot
It's
now.
good.
Need to leave something for August.
Are we done here?
The Thai place in Figueira is called Pad Thai Tom Pho, and it's open Tuesday to Sunday for lunch and for dinner. It's closed on Mondays.
It's
So
got
I've
about
got myself all hungry now, and now I can't go.
it's got about 6 tables. So
Yeah.
have you just guaranteed we'll never get in there again?
Tom.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've
I
got
mean,
it.
like,
I've got it.
Just got
Yeah.
to say like
Tom.
it's highly rec, high rec.
I am
Okay.
so hungry now.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my God.
Right.
Okay, let's go and see what's
Where
in the
are we
fridge.
eating?
Thank you so much for coming in, Mia.